Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where last time the Templars and the mages all tried to convene over a sort of peace treaty over the mage rebellion that had begun from Dragon Age 2, when a rift opened in the sky and basically killed, like, everybody who was there. We are playing as this elf spy who happened to be there. We don't know who she was spying for just yet. And honestly, I don't even know if that part of her character development even shows up later in the game. For now, though, the Inquisition has begun. A group that was expected to be developed for situations like this. There are still rifts. There's still that big rift in the sky that we need to deal with. But for now, it is idle. We need to go into there to continue the story. Somewhere out there, I'm sure there are various enemies plotting against us. For now, though, we have a couple different quests. We can report there, or there are also people for us to talk to. We can speak with the smith. We don't need to go to the world map. We can go to the quartermaster. What does the quartermaster have?
Sigrid said the blankets weren't worth selling. He's giving them to the Inquisition for free.
How kind of him. If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her.
Oh, thanks.
Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
All right. What's your job?
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
But sometimes, depending on your vitamin needs, you might need iron in your bellies and food in your hands? Never mind. How did you end up here?
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Loghain MacTier, best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. King
Yeah,
Alistair
because
offered
Loghain
my
was a
services to the Inquisition,
traitor?
probably to get rid of me.
Yeah, Loghain is a traitor.
Loghain MacTier betrayed the Grey Wardens and his king.
Were you there at Ostagar? I was. King Cailan overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting a signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Loghain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Right. Tell me about requisitions and replacing you.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
How do I fill special orders?
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Locate weapon materials, iron logging stand. Craft. Do I actually have to craft stuff?
You find anything?
Have to use the crafting system. Did I sign up for this? Ah, Varric. How are you doing after all this fighting?
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Too many people died. I'm fine. This is bullshit. I can barely keep up. I'm just glad to be alive.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
Yeah,
I
slightly
still can't
approves.
believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
I have 2 questions off the top of my head right now. Just one question, actually. So there are audio... No, 2 questions. So there are actual books, based on, like, the idea of Varric being a writer. There's, like, crime noir books taking place in, like, the world of Dragon Age. Like, as if Varric had written them. Does the voice actor... Are there audiobooks of these books? And does the voice actor of Varric perform the narration? Because if that's the case, I would actually listen to the audiobook of, like, Hard and Hardtown. Why did you stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
Yeah, the conflict becomes too great to the point in which, like, there's nobody who will be unaffected.
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
It's Christmas, Varric. It's the time for miracles. Bonus points if you get that quote. Paraphrase.
Blissa wants to know if you have anything that can make tavern food taste a little more...
More exotic tavern food? Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Is this... Okay, I guess that's not the way to them. That's fine. You know, there's probably only a few ways out for security reasons.
The Maker has revealed to me.
Alright, what do we have going on over here?
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Quite well, thank you.
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates...
Is he
whatever
wearing
this world
shorts
throws you.
over his
So,
pants?
you need custom work. Something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
What can you make here?
What can you and your team make here?
Arms and armor. We work iron to blighted dragonbone if you've got it. Our designs are simple, but they get the job done. You want something fancy, bring your own design. We'll see what we can do.
What's your story?
How did you come to be here?
Come from a little town called Lothring. Long gone now.
Yep.
I was in Redcliffe when the Darkspawn hit it during the Blight.
Destroyed during Dragon Age Origins, referenced again in Dragon Age 2. Hawk has a refugee from the destruction of Lothring.
Ended up here. Just missed the boot. Can't decide if I'm the luckiest son of a bitch walking or the exact opposite.
You're still walking. That's always good.
True enough.
Who outfits the Inquisition soldiers?
Not me. I've got work to do. Can't be passing a sword to every blighter who signs up. If you want to help the troops, talk to Thren, the quartermaster. She'll set up requisitions.
Why do you need my materials?
Does the Inquisition not have supplies to make armor or weapons?
Tough convincing traders to haul up here. Impossible to get them to risk the rare stuff, so that's on you.
Can you improve my equipment?
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Do you have any designs?
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Goodbye.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I could probably, yeah, you can freely remove and add existing upgrades, but I don't think I can actually do anything just yet. Yeah, no,
You need something, let me know.
especially since I've only just started. And then I think there's somebody who wanted... Oh, there's a logging stand way over there? All right. I suppose I can go grab it. Hello. Wait.
Please understand.
Loot.
We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of protecting the mages?
Better that than stay here with this Inquisition.
Yeah, elf roots. Gather herbs and metals out in the wild and use them to craft upgrades to your gear and potions. Explore and find as many varieties as you can. Now, in previous game, elf root has been used to make health potions. When the compass pulses, that would require me to pay attention to the
Something here. Better take a closer look.
bottom left corner of the screen, when I can just repeatedly pulse the ground. Ooh. Is that a giant wheel of cheese? What am I going to be doing with these notes? Nope. Also, I don't think we've found a alchemist bench or whatever is used for that purpose. Though I feel like the whole... Ooh. Like, the crafting system, the collection of materials... I've never been a big fan of those sorts of things. Like, largely because... Well, especially if it's something that you're doing instead of proceeding with the story or doing a side mission or doing, like, an objective. If you're just out to collect materials, like, that's the kind of gaming that of gameplay I'm not particularly invested in. Like, I feel like it should somehow occur naturally through whatever action you're doing. So, like, let's say, for instance, can I put a waypoint? let's say, for instance, what is the best example I can think of? Like a Fallout game might be a good idea, because, like, you're going off, you're exploring, you're finding stuff. And then you take all of that stuff, and then you break it down into base components. You're not necessarily looking for specific stuff, possibly, and even if you are looking for specific stuff, you might just specifically grab the stuff you need. Like, what comes to mind is Fallout 76, is there are specific items that a person might need more than others. I don't need elf root. I need iron. There we go. Like certain items, as you play the game, you come to realize require more of one material than the other, or you might find yourself stocked up on one material more than the other. So you look at items that you find in the world and you're like, okay, there's no reason for me to pick up this junk as I'm exploring the place. But you might find something and be like, okay, so this has adhesive, adhesive has this item in it, as it breaks down, I'll pick that up. But, at its worst, you might find yourself in situations where you're running low on materials. You need those materials in order to progress. And then suddenly, that delays the progress in the game itself. And, like, that's one of the things I liked about Bloodborne over previous Souls games, and disliked about, like, Demon's Souls, is, like, Demon's Souls has, like,
Still got demons pouring out
a dozen or so different types of materials used to upgrade, and it gets confusing without a guide. You kind of need a guide for that. What did I get out of that? Really? No. I clicked the special shipments button. Was it the intense Deathroot Vitar? Is that what I got? Armor schematics? Oh. Ah, found a new recipe. Alright, so we've done the requisition. Might as well turn it in.
Worried about the rifts. I understand that.
But yeah, like with the Dragon Age Inquisition, I suppose there are two things I worry about in this playthrough, is finding myself in a situation where I'm just running off looking for materials, fetch quests. Yeah, that's about it. And I'm sure I'll cut as needed. Do I need to... There. Oh, here we go. You have crafted Inquisition weapons, +1 power. Is that to me or to the army?
Thanks for checking anyway.
Did I do everything?
Nice work with those supplies. The smiths can use them to fit our troops with better gear. Might not affect you much, but our recruits will have better chances next time some monster flies out of a rift.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Alright. Okay, so nothing required at the moment. Alright, and I have 1 point to spend. And... Alright, what is this odd-looking... They can't hit what they can't see. Your deceptive fighting style gives you a chance to dodge enemy attacks, taking no damage. So basically just passive boosts, but like leap away from attacks, putting yourself where you need to be to win the fight. Shadow Strike. You launch a surprise attack on your target. If you strike an enemy that did not have you targeted, you regain stamina. 400% weapon damage. Alright. You regain stamina with every kill, the better to continue your assault. It's not bad. This is not bad. Like, if I can, like, run in, attack, and then just disappear immediately. If flanking, your Twin Fangs attack will keep your target's armor sundered from the blow. Or do I start working on the subterfuge skill tree and work my way down to Shadow Strike? Or do I get one more attack? Let's actually work our way down to Shadow Strike. While you're in stealth and shortly after leaving it, your attacks ignore some of your target's armor. Your attacks on panicked or sleeping enemies are automatically critical hits. You throw a handful of dosed dust into an enemy's face, putting them into sleep for a short time, or evade. Entering stealth is now instant, and removes all debilitating effects on you. While in stealth, you can even pass through enemies. A lot of these abilities definitely seem good. I'm definitely going to have to utilize some of them. Like, I like this idea, especially since if I'm always playing as Malice, I'm more likely to accidentally get everybody's attention. But I also would like evade. What else can you... Enemies will swear you're still there, attacking empty air and hurting nobody but themselves as you leap away. You now move directly through the shadows to attack or retreat as needed. Oh, dude, basically just choose one or the other to essentially create your own custom version of said ability. So on that note, all right. And what do for the knockout powder? Knockout does not last as long, but enemies take massive damage if they wake up naturally. So essentially, if you use this on an enemy that's not being attacked, that's almost like a free stun plus hard hit.
Let me know.
All right, let's go talk to everybody in the chantry, see what we're doing next. We spent a pretty decent amount of time doing more or less nothing today, but that's okay. We did side missions. But it was a lot of popping.
Does it trouble you?
Where does it come from?
I just wish I knew what it was, or how I got it.
We will find out. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
That sounds dangerous.
Couldn't that kind of power just make things worse?
And people call me a pessimist.
That wasn't an answer.
You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
Yeah,
This
so am
is
I.
Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Ma'am.
Deran Atishan.
You speak Elven?
You just heard the entirety of it.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
A pleasure.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I'm pretty sure all of this is speculation.
They're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has
Maybe we
denounced
need
the
both.
Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I did it?
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
The Herald of Andraste? Show me the champion of Ferelden, I'll show you the Herald of Andraste.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste,
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading,
which we have not.
the point is everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
It's unnerving, I suppose, yeah. Like, imagine if you were... What is the least sacrilegious way of putting it? If you were considered the avatar of God by, like, millions of people.
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign. And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Could we be attacked?
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them. There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
Alright, I'll talk to her.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Oof.
Look for other opportunities.
The hinterlands is already
influence while you're there.
We need agents
terror.
to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
The war table allows you to apply the power of the Inquisition throughout Orlais and Ferelden. Mother Giselle is in the hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table. Conquered by Orlais, torn by civil war, ravaged by the Fifth Blight. Ferelden is no stranger to hardship. With the Veil weakened, the land is more turbulent than ever. There's also Orlais, known for its culture of extravagant nobility, yet also the birthplace of the Chantry. Orlais is the most powerful human nation in Thedas. Let's go to Ferelden because that's the only place for us to go. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Perform the scouting operation for the hinterlands on the Ferelden side of the war table now. Mother Giselle was last seen in the hinterlands, outside Redcliffe, tending refugees who fled the fighting between renegade Templars and apostate mages. The latest report suggests that the vicious struggle between the two groups has spread to the hinterlands, catching the refugees and Mother Giselle in the middle. It is vital to protect her and, if possible, restore order to the area. So there's a little bit of crossover between like these scouting missions and the setup for the multiplayer mode in this game. And I wonder how much of it was like EA like pushing for BioWare to include multiplayer modes in like all of their games. Like Mass Effect 3 had a multiplayer mode that directly connected to the main game. Dragon Quest Inquisition has a multiplayer mode. I don't believe it connects to the main game. I think it's just its own thing. But there's some similarities to the presentation. Though the way that the multiplayer mode is presented, it's like this cinematic sequence that we're watching right now. Like, it presents the idea that you're playing as these scouts being sent off by the Herald of Andraste, by your main character to save the day, and do these secondary missions. We avoided the fighting as best we could. It's every bit as bad as we'd feared. The apostates are mad, attacking anything that moves. It appears that the Templars here aren't following anyone's orders any longer. We located Mother Giselle and are trying to protect her, but she refuses to leave the refugees until we've ensured their safety. That'll be hard to do without troops to push the apostates and the Templars out of the area. Commander Cullen asked me to make inquiries of Master Dinette, a retired horse master of Redcliffe, who lives in the area. We tried to contact him about obtaining better horses for the Inquisition, but we've been unable to get through the fighting. Late scout hunting. Would you like to gather your party and venture to the Interlands now? Yes. Alright, who will we bring? Shall we bring Varric, the rogue? Cassandra, the warrior? Solus, the mage? How many people can we have in a party in this game? Is it 3 or 4? Cassandra... Oh, wait, 4 people. Rogue. Solus. Basically everybody at the moment. Find treasure. And I was just about to learn about Elfroot. It's a good thing the first loading screen disappeared, so that the second loading screen can appear. You need to make sure that you load the loading screen so that you can load the game.
I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach.
It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what
I
happens
want to
to
say
anyone
that
else,
she's
but
cool.
you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. Well, all of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
You've heard stories about. Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Let's see, I have to gain more power for that. More checklists. Speak with Dennett. Dennett, you son of a bitch. Bonus points if you get the reference. Any requisitions needed? The answer is no. All right, let's upgrade these other characters. They need upgrading. All right. Shall we just focus on one at a time, or like we don't need to worry about two-handed weapons if we're pushing towards the weapon and shield. So Battlemaster or Vanguard. Control the battlefield, they bolster the allies, hamper their enemies, take advantage of sign of weakness. These stalwart warriors protect their allies by making themselves the biggest target. When enemies take the bait, vanguards pick them apart with brutal precision. So there's the taunt. Successfully hitting a target with challenge gets your blood pumping, temporarily increasing stamina regeneration. Or you can challenge as many enemies as you want with no cooldown. What's the cooldown for it? 16 seconds. That is a long cooldown. Upgrade any ability once in single player mode. That actually seems pretty good for anybody who's going to be using taunt a lot. And you are a ranged with Bianca. Let's see, you do more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. I'm not impressed. But still, we need to work our way down the tree. %900 damage at 25 meters? Yeah, sure, why not? All right, Solus, what you got for me? Spirit, Storm, Inferno, Winter. Spirit is probably healing as well. There's Barrier. You have learned to cast Barrier with a more stable magic pattern. Each time a Barrier you have cast expires, the ability cooldown is reduced. Hold its full strength for longer before it decays. Blah. Aura of Tranquility, Dispel, Revival. That'll be useful. Mind Blast. Not really anything for healing per se. Temporary revives. I don't think I'll take a pass on that one. I will go for every time a barrier you cast expires, the ability cooldown is reduced. That way, essentially, he's able to cast more barriers. And then let's also... What else can we do down this tree? Okay. Now let's save our game, as we have upgraded our team. Look at the map as to see where we're going. Requisition officer. What dost thou need requisitioned?
Word for you.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
All right. Clear threats at the crossroads. It's hard to tell how far the distance is. Is there a... And also, it would be nice if there was a more detailed minimap. Like, instead of having just kind of vague, like just the icons to guide you, like, it actually has the lay of the land, the paths you're able to move through. But, you know, we can always just check the map every few steps. Okay, there's something off to the left of unknown origin and type. Is it you? No. Also that... There we... Ah, finally. We can now actually use these waypoints to make our way through this world. Although I see a fight going on over there. Shall we see?
Apostates!
Take that! And you! Oh, that was actually a pretty cool move there. Or just a very flashy... Or a very flashy teleport.
Fine work out there. Those vultures.
Stronghold of the apostate mages. Let the fools in Redcliffe play the good mage. As they always do, we know the truth. This world is ours to conquer, and every worthless peasant who threw a stone, every Templar who glared in disappointment in our harrowing, deserves to know it. Follow the trail to Witchwood and find your brothers. An unsigned letter, the scratched handwriting almost too sloppy to read.
Before attacking the Inquisition now.
Was there another body I can... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. This is what I feared the most playing Dragon Age Inquisition. This stupid thing. Let's do it.
I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Astrariums. Regarding your inquiry regarding the so-called astrariums, it is our considered belief that these are relics from a cult that existed in the pre-Andrastian era of the Tevinter Imperium. Now, what would be considered a cult in a society that worshipped the old gods? An order of the magisters who believed in the destruction of the magisterium, the governing body of the Imperium that determines which mages are and are not given the magister title. The members of this order wish to return to an earlier period where dreamers ruled, and evidence indicates they operated throughout Tevinter, though primarily in the frontier areas. There they would lock away their secrets, caches of treasure, and perhaps even secret meeting places, though we have no way of knowing for certain. Unlockable only through knowledge of ancient astronomy, a practice that was, as we understand, rather out of fashion in the late Tevinter period. According to our investigations, each of the astrariums could point to a secret cache, and if one knew the 3 constellations that mapped to each device present at the site, connect the Dweemas in the correct configuration, and it would be revealed. Many of these relics were sought out by a Drastian cultist in the early Divine Age, the Order of Fiery Promise in particular, and destroyed. Why? Because they believed the astrariums held together the veil, and that destroying them would destroy the veil and thus the world. Such is the way of cults of any kind that the true reasons for what they do could never truly be understood by modern minds. From a letter written by Magister Pelidenus, head of the Coriel Order 512 Exalted. Okay. Basically, you use this, look at the area, find things. No, this isn't the bad thing. This is... Let's see. Astrariums allow you to unlock the secrets of the heavens, recreate the image of a constellation by connecting the stars without making the same line twice. Oh, never mind. I'm supposed to do that. Huh. But how do I... There we go. Fantastic. Okay. We don't need to read about all of the constellations.
Where does this lead?
Elf fruit. All right, let us, after all of that, let's save our game. Head towards the new waypoint. Hello, don't mind us. While constantly pinging the land in hopes of finding more elf fruit. Oh, hello. So there is a set of ruins. All right. We'll try to remember that. And yeah, might as well go towards that. See if we can make our way back up. It's a little bit early for us to own a mount. Eventually, you do get a mount. But yeah, like, there's a lot of poppin'. And it's known, should I say, that the makers of the game had a lot of trouble getting the Frostbite engine to work for us. Brythus, I know you escaped with the other mages, and I know you'll come here. Father told you that if you ever strayed, he'd put you down himself. If you're here, he knows he's dead. You know he's dead, but I'm not. I'll be killing apostates and waiting for you at old Fenix's place to the north. I've got Father's sword and my true brothers and Templars. Come if you're man enough. Yevon.
Interesting reading. Could be worth a look.
Well, your helmet is mine. See how this feud between brothers on opposites, caught on opposite side of the war, turns out.
Mother Giselle ought to be around here somewhere.
She ought to, but is she? Yeah, hold on. We need some iron. And now we need some Ferelden locks. Hello?
Inquisition forces. They're trying to protect the refugees.
Looks like they could use a hand.
All right.
Kill that warrior!
We are not apostates.
I do not think they care, Seeker.
So basically, they're just assholes now. Great. Like, if you're not with us, you're against us. That kind of mentality.
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Doesn't look like they're listening.
Excellent. Ah, damn it. It's okay. Oh, I am almost dead. I could use
Be ready.
more
More coming our
abilities
way.
and more stamina gaining abilities.
Kill that warrior!
Like, there's an ability that allows you to gain stamina for kills. And I definitely could benefit from that. Are you... Yeah, Cassandra looks like she could use heals.
It's done.
Can you even see past that helmet?
There are mages here who can heal your wounds. Lie still.
Don't touch me, Mother. Their magic is...
Turn to noble purpose. Their magic is surely no more evil than your blade.
But...
Hush, dear boy. allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
I am. And you must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
You asked for me?
I'm told you asked for me.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement, and I am familiar with those behind it. I won't lie to you. Some of them are grandstanding, hoping to increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply terrified. So many good people, senselessly taken from us.
It was a tragedy.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them. Convince the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
Appeal to them?
You want me to appeal to them?
If I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. Their power is their unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
It's good of you to do this.
I honestly don't know if you've been touched by fate, or sent to help us, but I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Leliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Good enough for now. I mean, I just spent time collecting iron and lumber so that I can increase my forces by +1. So, you know. Also, am I even wearing... What am I even wearing? I've got the scout coat on for some reason, when I should be wearing whatever the hell this is. And what about you? Yeah, sure, why not? What were you wearing before? The defender coat. Not as good. And for you... And you... Yes, show off your midriff, Solus. Do I have any? No, I do not have any weapon or helmets. It is better. You just have Bianca. You're not going to be switching your weapon.
Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with... Redcliffe has seen more than its share of troubles. That the rebellion should play out here.
Ooh, fast travel. Fancy. What is a landmark? Saga of Terda Brightaxe, Avar Mother. 7th stanza. Terda Brightaxe, dwarf friend chieftain, with her leaf-eared lover lay. Woke she did to love-sweat morning, lover gone in light of day. Dream words whispered, spoken soft, still the silence crushed and crashing. Dead her tribe, unless a child could keep her line in warrior fashion. Avilvar, so named the lover, called our journey yours and mine. One day, child of Turda's blood, Morriganan in strength must shine. Lovers whispers to obey. Hender, dwarf prince, friend in passion. Babe produced to serve the line, the Avar tribe, her name are taking. That rhyme at the end did not work. There was no rhyme. Also, I feel as though, like, the way that this poem is written, like, it's better, like, this would have been better read by, Bane. Specifically, Tom Hardy Bane. Like,
look, she did to love sweat morning, lover gone in light of day. Dream words whispered, silken soft, still the silence crashed and crashing.
Like, it's a little bit, the way that the phrasing is done, it's a little bit out there. We got a quest there, a land, like, there's just a lot, there's a goal in this game for density. Just a lot of stuff in a small amount of space. Are you the quest?
Anyone, please help my wife.
What's wrong?
What's wrong with your wife?
She gets sick when the weather's foul. Can't catch her breath, like cobwebs in her lungs. Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets her breathe. He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong. Without that potion, she'll die.
Alright. Alright, let's go over to this other quest giver. Like, at the very least, we haven't really discovered any major fetch quests yet. Yeah, we're good. We don't need to read that one. We're not going to read all of the notes. Otherwise, we wouldn't... Otherwise, this game would take a very, very long time.
Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills.
Are you really that surprised?
Cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now. More likely to find mages than luck.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Alright, so we need some ram meat. We saw rams. We passed them by. We'll just have to remember to kill them. And then take their meat. Shall we go close that rift? That way we do at least a little bit more combat for the day. But also, like, how do we get... That's the tricky part. How do you even get around? I think it's going to be this way. I feel like this game could also benefit from a run button. But then it would probably also suffer from a stamina button. Or a stamina meter, should I say. Yeah. Somebody needs something over here? What do you need, pal?
Watch yourself. Bandits up ahead. Something anyway, they're blocking the road.
They might not be bandits?
You don't think they're bandits?
Bandits wait until people are vulnerable, then hit them fast so nobody escapes. These bastards show themselves too early. They care more about driving people away than taking loot. They're either stupid, or they're more than just bandits. And they're too well armed for stupid.
What can you tell me about the attackers on the road?
Several groups, some of them with bows. They've got better armor than most around here. It's too many for us. If you head out there, careful you don't get flanked. They don't take prisoners.
Thanks for the warning.
Well, right now I'm looking to close a rift. Are you bad guys? These fellows do look like bad guys over here. Yep. Excellent.
It must have been some time since the renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Which is why they were still alive. But now they are dead. They got to make that mistake only once. Okay, I can't see myself. Can I... Where is the rift? Prepare for next wave. Preparing for next wave. Can I... How did I disrupt the rift? Ah! Okay, he's healing himself. Excellent. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Getting knocked off of my feet every 2 seconds is not my idea of a good time. There we go. Alright, we've closed one Fade Rift. We're going to want to stop by a camp so that we can restore our healing items. But for now, let's at least stop by this hut. The stone calls to me. No, that's not the voice. The stone calls to me. In my dreams. As I shape it with chisel and hammer, it shapes me in return. My flesh, twists, claws, and fangs ripping forth. The light in the sky makes the stone so much louder. The cave in the hills has good, strong stone. I can shape it into something strong enough to keep me safe if I hurry. Jendon, if you're having the dreams, go talk to the Templars. The war doesn't matter. Their job is to help when things are too frightening to deal with alone, and the only reason the Templars didn't find you as a child is because your parents hid you away. If carving helps you, here's a map to an old cave I stumbled on a few years back. I think it has the stone you like. Cool story, bro. Alright, we want to go east now. Shall we challenge the Blood Brothers? The Blood Brothers feud is east of us. We only have one health potion to the lot of us. But we'll be fine. I believe in us. You are not a ram. Ah, you are a ram. I will not dodge you, ram. Get back here. Get back. Now I just have to do that 9 more times.
A Templar, I believe.
Oh. I guess we already saw the end of that story. Why can't I use this? Level 4. Is this the mage, brother? Templar Cora, and in light of the current hostilities, I believe our arrangement is no longer satisfactory. You are unable to reach me with payment, and I have no means of delivering the merchandise to you. I hope that when this unfortunate situation is resolved, we may once again do business. Tanner. Nope. Loot. Loot! Oh, a Ferelden lock. Alright, let us travel now to the east. Unlock this camp so that we can rest, restore our health potions. Oh. And since I'm playing as a rogue, I can get inside this hut. Bottle of Thetis. Butter Bile 784. A hard liquor that is not so much served as it is brandished. Coarse and indifferent. It is to your taste or it is not. The failing is yours if you cannot raise or lower to the challenge of a distiller told not to. As someone who has had Malort, I can tell you I'm probably one who would fail that challenge. So there should be a camp in this direction. The trick is how to get there. Does this game have fall damage? You know, one way to find out. Yes, it does in fact have fall damage. Which would mean that everybody would get fall damage as they crash down to the rocks below. Probably. Oh, hold on. I have a feeling it's only a matter of time before I start cutting in between locations. Or in between things. Like, less of a concern.
Bandits ahead.
Oh, but there are bandits ahead. Let us stealth. Oh, and then there's still you. Let's stealth again.
According to my research, the ancient elves may have set up wards near here. If we can find the artifacts they used, it may help strengthen this area against tears.
A toy soldier. Great. Let us... What are we going to put our points into now? Alright, our goal is to get to Shadow Strike. So... Okay, we need a loop around, it looks like, to get to that. Alright, Solus, what do you want to study? Are you a villain? No, you are...
Atishan. I did not expect to see another Dalish blood here. My name is Miris. By your weapons, I see you come ready for battle. Perhaps we face a common enemy in these demons.
Trying to... What are you doing out here?
Are you fighting the demons on your own?
Fighting the demons is pointless. There will always be more, and I have no means of closing the rifts. But I have heard of elven artifacts that measure the veil. They may tell us...
Look at the way that her hand is holding the staff.
I'm not expecting so many demons, however. I believe one of the artifacts is nearby. Can you help me reach it?
It sounds worth investigating.
Thank you. It shouldn't be too much farther ahead. Thank you for joining me. I do not think I could have done this alone.
What took you away from your clan?
They were all killed by a demon that our keeper was foolish enough to summon. I am the only survivor of Clan Vernen. I was searching for another clan that would take me in when the breach appeared. Now, I'm doing whatever I can to help with this madness.
Oh, there's a whole dungeon involved here. Here's the thing. I was trying to get to this spot there so I could go to the camp and rest. So let's do that first. Hello, how are you? No, get back here. Oh my gosh. You know, it's too bad that the loot button is the same as the jump button, which takes you out of range of looting. So if you press the wrong button... that's the problem when you have, like, so few buttons and, like, so many commands. We don't need any heroes on this operation. We're being paid to keep things quiet and keep trade away from the East Road. When reasonable, allow targets to flee and spread word of the danger in the area. When such is unreasonable, kill all the targets, regardless of colors alone. Which is why they are not behaving like regular bandits. I think I can attach a different shield for you. Yes, I can. Alright, let us go deeper into the bandit quest. That looks like a boss of some kind. Yeah, might as well just explode that guy. Actually, hold on. There we go. Am I frozen? I think I'm frozen. All right, we have defeated.
This would be a good place to set up camp.
It is. All right, let us set up camp here. When not in a dungeon, you can use the quest map to travel to distant locations.
Nothing to report, sir. Nothing to report, sir.
That's good. All right. So for now, let's see. Can I upgrade everybody? Yes, I can. I'm going to upgrade everybody by 1 skill point. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.